Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
May we request the President to lead the banging of the peace gong to symbolize the start of the National Peace Consciousness Month. On the 20th of July 2004, the National Peace Consciousness Month was proclaimed to celebrate the whole month of September.
Red.
Sa pangunguna ng mahal na Pangulo, sama-sama nating protektahan ang kapayapaan. Ito ay responsibilidad ng bawat mamamayan. Thank you, Mr. President.
We may now be seated. We are gathered here today for the celebration of the National Peace Consciousness Month 2023 and declaration of Palawan Island and Puerto Princesa City as insurgency-free. To deliver his welcome remarks, may we call on Puerto Princesa City Mayor Lucilo R. Bayron.
His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., members of the Cabinet, elected officials of the province and the city, other guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am honored and privileged to officially, warmly welcome you all to the second largest city in the country, home to the Puerto Princesa Underground River, a World Heritage Site, a national park, and one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Puerto Princesa contributes to making our city insurgency-free through the following strategies. First, we brought government services closer to the people through the establishment of government facilities in our northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest rural barangays. These facilities are 4 mini city halls equipped with road maintenance equipment, farm tractors, farm implements, and headed by a designated deputy mayor. 4 enhanced satellite clinics with medical personnel led by our rural health physicians, operating as birthing facilities, diagnostic centers, and soon as a primary healthcare facility. 4 police stations built by the city government, equipped with police cars purchased by the city government for mobility to maintain peace and order. Second, through our caring programs, where we distribute 2,000 pesos quarterly allowances in all our barangays for our senior citizens, PWDs, tanods, and soon for our solo parents too. Another caring program is our quarterly Ugnayan sa Barangay in our rural barangays, which are joined by PNP and military personnel. In our Ugnayan sa Barangay, we hold a short program where PNP and military officers talk about insurgency. Then, we distribute commercial rice to all the families of the barangay, and distribution is done by the police force. We deliver services of the city government, conduct libreng gupit by PNP, military, and civilian barbers. Before the program, the PNP entertains the public with their dancing policemen and women. Another caring program is our personal visits to IP communities, where we conduct parlor games before we hold a short program, distribute rice to all the IP families, distribute vitamins and medicines, this being done by the city health personnel, and seedlings done by the city agriculture office. Then, we eat with the IPs through a boodle fight. Third strategy, construction of infrastructure projects in all barangays, concreting and opening of barangay roads and farm-to-market roads, multi-purpose buildings, covered gyms, daycare centers, solar lighting in rural barangays, along highways, in our borders, community centers, and in our IP communities. Electric street lighting in the poblacion area, opening of a 2.9 kilometers access road to Mangapen, a Batak IP community in our last barangay in the northeast, which was previously not accessible by road. This is Puerto Princesa's recipe for peace and progress that makes us confident of the support and trust of the people to government. Mr. President, I hope that your first visit to Puerto Princesa as President in celebration of the 2023 National Peace Consciousness Month and declaration of the province of Palawan and the City of Puerto Princesa as insurgency-free underscore our commitment to peace and progressive nation building through decisive and caring local actions. Thank you, Mr. President, for visiting our city and province. Pagpalain nawa ng Panginoong Diyos ang lungsod ng Puerto Princesa, ang lalawigan ng Palawan, ang bansang Pilipinas, at ang lahing Pilipino.
Thank you, Mayor Bayron. At this point, may we call on the Department of Information and Communications Technology Secretary and Cabinet Officer for Regional Development and Security, Regional Task Force Mimaropa, Secretary Ivan John E. Uy, to deliver a message.
Your Excellency, Mr. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I join every Palawenyo in celebrating the declaration of Palawan as insurgency-free by the Palawan Peace and Order Council. Palawenyos have proven that they are staunch defenders of peace, choosing compassion over hatred, understanding over ignorance, and development over destruction. This hard-earned declaration is just a start for Palawenyos on this long path of achieving lasting peace and development. This milestone could not have been achieved without the various sectors of society working together towards attaining peace and stability in Palawan. I thank our brave troops of the Western Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines for keeping Palawenyos safe through their operations, to the Mimaropa PTF-ELCAC led by co-vice chairs, Romblon Governor, and Regional Development Council Chairperson, Jose Riano, and Occidental Mindoro Governor and Regional Peace and Order Council Chairperson, Eduardo Gadiano, national government agencies, and local government units for implementing programs and campaigns to improve the lives of our countrymen, and most importantly, to every Palawenyo whose love for peace resulted in eradicating insurgency in the province. As the designated cabinet officer for the Regional Development and Security for Mimaropa, I have seen how Mimaropa PTF-ELCAC's efforts translated to concrete victories in uplifting the lives of Filipinos, particularly in Palawan. The first semester of 2023 saw Mimaropa PTF-ELCAC accelerate the implementation of the Barangay Development Program and Retooled Community Support Program, expedite basic service delivery, promote military-civilian activities, heighten campaigns for good governance, and counter communist terrorist groups organizing, among others. Peace and development go hand in hand. As such, we shall sustain these efforts through the whole of government approach to replicate Palawan's success in Occidental Mindoro and Oriental Mindoro, and finally, achieve an insurgency-free Mimaropa in the near future. The declaration of Palawan as insurgency-free is a fitting milestone to kick off the government's celebration of National Peace and Consciousness Month this September. This year's theme of the National Peace Consciousness Month, Kapayapaan, Responsibilidad ng Bawat Mamamayan, highlights our collective responsibility to protect peace regardless of religion, culture, and political beliefs. By supporting the PTF-ELCAC and its whole-of-nation approach, we shall build a nation that is free from lawlessness, violence, and animosity. Today's declaration is both a reminder and a challenge for peace-loving Filipinos. We are reminded that by embracing the values that we cherish, peace, camaraderie, and patriotism, decades of armed struggle and cycles of violence can finally be put to an end. We must then bear in mind that in the pursuit of peace is not a one-time endeavor. It is an ongoing journey that demands our unwavering commitment and constant vigilance. Progress could not be achieved without peace. With its rich natural resources, resilient citizens, and a land free of extremism, Palawan is set to enter a new era of accelerated and unprecedented development that will highly benefit its people. On the part of the DICT and under the leadership of our President, we will continue to fast-track our implementation of all our various programs so as to pave the way to digitally transform the province of Palawan. Thank you very much at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you, Secretary Uy. At this juncture, may we request everyone to direct your attention to the screen for the audio-visual presentation on the Insurgency-free Declaration of Palawan.
Ang Palawan ay kilala bilang mapayapang lalawigan. Walang lugar dito ang karahasan. Upang mapanatili ang kapayapaan sa lalawigan ng Palawan, itinatag ang Provincial Task Force Ending Local Communist Armed Conflict o PTF-ELCAC noong October 1, 2019, alinsunod sa Executive Order No. 70 na inisyu ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte noong taong 2018. Ang PTF-ELCAC sa Palawan ay binubuo ng 12 clusters. Sa pagtutulungan ng bawat ahensya na miyembro ng 12 clusters ay naisakatuparan ang mga sumusunod na programa. Sa pamamagitan ng Community Support Program at ugnayan sa barangay, ay nalalaman ng task force ang mga issue at concerns sa komunidad na maaaring tugunan ng pamahalaan. Isinakatuparan ng task force ang serbisyo caravan para sa sama-samang paghahatid ng mga programa at serbisyo ng gobyerno sa mga malalayo at liblib na lugar. Inorganisa ng task force ang Kadre Palawan na siyang kauna-unahang organisasyon ng mga former rebels sa lalawigan. Regular na nagpupulong ang PTF-ELCAC upang pag-usapan ang mga programa at serbisyong maaaring ihatid sa mga kanayunan. Bahagi ng mga aktibidad ng task force ang pagbibigay ng mga pagsasanay sa mga former rebels na magagamit nila sa kanilang pagbabalik sa komunidad. Sa pamamagitan ng programa sa radyo ay naipaparating sa kanayunan ang mga serbisyo at programa ng gobyerno. Binibigyan ng tulong pinansyal ang mga former rebels sa ilalim ng Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program at Local Social Integration Program para sa kanilang pagbabagong buhay. Sa pamamagitan ng Barangay Development Program ay tinutugunan ang mga kakulangan sa mga barangay na benepisyaryo ng ELCAC. Kabilang dito ay ang mga proyektong kalsada, health facility at iba pa.
Salamat po sa Palawan Task Force ELCAC at sa provincial government na walang sawang pagsuporta po sa amin.
Nagpapasalamat pa ako sa provincial government sa pagbubuo ng task force. Malaki yung naitulong sa amin.
Sa patuloy na pagtutulungan ng mamamayang Palawenyo ay mapapanatili na malaya sa insurhensiya ang lalawigan ng Palawan.
And now, may we request Palawan Governor Victorino Dennis Socrates to present the declaration of Palawan Island as insurgency-free.
Excellency, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Philippines, distinguished guests, friends, mayad nga adlaw kanindong tanan. It is my honor and pleasure on behalf of the provincial government and people of Palawan to present to you the official declaration of Palawan Island as insurgency-free and to thank you all for your contributions to achieving peace in our time. This event is really to celebrate the end of the local communist armed conflict in Puerto Princesa City and Palawan. And so as we thank everyone who contributed in one way or another to this outcome, I would like to respectfully invite the Honorable City Mayor, Lucilo Bayron, to join me in presenting His Excellency, President Marcos, with these framed copies of the Provincial Task Force and City Task Force ELCAC resolutions declaring the City of Puerto Princesa and Province of Palawan insurgency-free. Tamang salamat kanindong tanan.
Thank you, Governor Socrates and Mayor Bayron. Please give them a round of applause.
And at this point, in the celebration of the Peace Month, let us direct your attention once again to the screen for another audio-visual presentation.
The country's peace process started with President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. when his administration negotiated with the Moro rebel group, which led to the momentous signing of the Tripoli Agreement in 1976. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is determined to bring long-lasting peace, unity, and reconciliation to the Filipino people. He is committed to build on the gains of the comprehensive Philippine peace process and complete the implementation of all signed peace agreements.
My country's experience in building peace and forging new paths of cooperation can enrich the work of the Security Council. Our success in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao in the south of the Philippines is a centerpiece of these efforts.
For almost half a century, some of our fellow Filipinos have taken to arms to make their views known and felt. We are now at the point in our history when their armed struggle has evolved. we have now progressed together towards peace and development. To complete this reintegration process, I will issue a proclamation granting amnesty to rebel returnees, and I ask Congress to support me in this endeavor.
The celebration of Peace Month aims to increase consciousness and understanding among Filipino people on the comprehensive Philippine peace process and encourage their active participation in this effort. This year's Peace Month theme is Kapayapaan, Responsibilidad ng Bawat Mamamayan. This is a call for every Filipino to contribute in fostering a culture of peace throughout the country. The UPAPRO encourages all its peace partners, government-led agencies and institutions, local government units, the private sector, civil society organizations, the academia, and all Filipinos to play an active role in peace building so that a just and lasting peace will reign in our beloved country.
We all want peace in our land. You and your children want a good chance at a better life in a safer, more prosperous country. Sa pangarap na maging mapayapa ang ating bansa, ang pangarap nyo ay pangarap ko.
At this juncture, may we call on the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, Secretary Carlito G. Galvez Jr., to deliver a message and to introduce our guest of honor.
To His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., fellow public servants and peace partners, isang maganda at mapayapang umaga sa ating lahat. This year's National Peace Consciousness Month celebration with the theme, Kapayapaan ay Responsibilidad ng Bawat Mamamayan, is a clarion call that all Filipinos have a responsibility to protect, help push forward, and sustain the gains of the comprehensive Philippine peace process. It is also a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we can unite and reconcile, bridge divisions, and work towards a more peaceful, democratic, and just society. As we launch this important event under Presidential Proclamation number 675 issued in 2004, declaring September of every year as National Peace Consciousness Month, we acknowledge the individuals, organizations, and institutions, most especially our local government units, which have served as instruments of peace building, conflict resolution, and reconciliation. Their remarkable work over years serve as an inspiration and reminder that all of us have a crucial role to play in building a nation where our differences are celebrated, where every citizen's rights are respected, and where everybody's voice is heard and amplified. The opening of the Peace Month coincides with another milestone, the declaration of Palawan as an insurgency-free province. Such declaration is a cause for celebration and testament to the national and local government's steadfast efforts to resolve situations of conflict and put an end to armed violence in our country. We stand before you today with a beaming hope and an ironclad determination as we embark on a journey towards building a more peaceful, progressive, resilient Palawan, as well as other areas throughout the country that are now free from the shackles of insurgency. The key to achieving an insurgency-free province, therefore, is through the establishment of good governance, adherence to the rule of law, and ensuring social inclusion. Transparent and accountable governance build trust among citizens and the government. We commend the local governments of Palawan Province, and the Puerto Princesa City for making this very possible. The The contributions of the security sector led by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police is very critical as we establish the conditions wherein those who wish to sow fear, mistrust, and violence among the people of Palawan will lose their ability to do so. Members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the PNP have shown that they are not only peacekeepers but also peace builders as directed by the President. With the strategic victory against the communist insurgency, we at the UPAPRO are ready to roll out a holistic transformation program for former rebels as their families and communities and friends rescued. Mr. Jerwin Castigador is here and the 56 FR, Mr. President, we will take care of them as we have promised to you that there will be no more recurrence of insurgency in the country during our NTF-ELCAC yesterday, Mr. President. It is also noteworthy that this year's Peace Month celebration is being held on the birth month of His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and his father, the late President Marcos Sr. Time and again, the President has demonstrated that he is a peace champion in the truest sense. 2 months ago, following his assumption to the highest office in the land, President Marcos Jr. played an instrumental role in uniting the country's two moral fronts. In Mindanao, the MNLF and the MILF, after years of separation. As the country's chief peace architect, President Marcos Jr. has emphasized that all armed conflict in the country must be resolved during his term. And by all indications, we are on track towards realizing this goal, Mr. President. Thank you for your unwavering commitment for pushing forward the comprehensive Philippine peace process, in which its dividends are now gradually being felt by the residents of Palawan and all Filipinos across the country, particularly in the one conflict-affected and conflict-vulnerable areas like Mindanao. Together, we can transform our country into a beacon of cooperation, a symbol of harmony, and a testament of the power of diplomacy. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Now, on my important task to introduce our guest of honor and speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much to the UPARO Secretary Charlie Galvez Jr. Please take your seats. Secretary Ivan Uy of the DICT and currently the Cabinet Officer for Regional Development and Security Task Force ELCAC Mimaropa. Our partners now in the peace process, one of the evolutions of our new approach to the peace process in the Philippines. Of course, the Palawan Governor, our Governor Victorino Dennis Socrates, and Puerto Princesa Mayor Lucilo Bayron, and my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. It brings me a great joy to be able to be with you to preside over the pronouncement of Palawan as an insurgency-free province and to lead the opening ceremony of this year's National Peace Consciousness Month. I cannot think of a better way to open the celebration, the commemoration of the National Peace Consciousness Month than to also at the same time be able to announce and to declare Palawan Island as insurgency-free. I recognize, of course, the collaborative and inclusive efforts of the Regional and Provincial Task Force, ELCAC, of the Task Force ELCAC,
Provincial Peace and Order Council, its partner agencies, and the people of the province for the successful implementation of the whole-of-nation approach to end local communist armed conflict. This has led to the achievement of this insurgency-free status for Palawan Island. The milestone that we celebrate today epitomizes the commitment that you have put to end the decades-long insurgency in the area through the provision of national reintegration programs for former rebels and promotion of the island's peace and security. At habang pinapakinggan natin ang mga paliwanag na ibinigay sa atin ng ating mga butihing local government officials, Governor Socrates and Mayor Byron, ay nakita naman natin kung bakit naging matagumpay itong ating peace process, hindi lamang dito sa Palawan, kung hindi sa iba't ibang panig sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa. And these are the certain elements. Kung nakita ninyo, nung nagpapasalamat tayo sa mga na-involved dito, ay napakarami ang pasasalamatan. At nandyan siguro ang sekreto kung bakit naging matagumpay ito. Dahil lahat ng buong lipunan ay kasama na ngayon sa peace process. Noong kung dati ay nakita natin ay ang kaharap lamang ng mga rebelde ay sundalo at saka pulis. At kaya't napakahirap na maabot ang pagkakaintindihan at maibalik sa ating lipunan ang mga naging rebelde. Ngayon, ito ay marami ng dinagdag na mga itinatawag na features that have helped us bring us to this day where we can commemorate the announcement or the declaration of areas in the Philippines as insurgent-free. Unang-una diyan ay yung tinatawag nga natin na whole-of-nation approach. At hindi lamang ang sundalo ang kausap, hindi lamang pulis ang kaharap ng mga rebelde, kung hindi pati na lahat ng ahensya ng pamahalaan ay kasama dyan sa pagdudulot, pagdadala ng serbisyo, ng infrastruktura na kinakailangan doon sa mga komunidad na yun. Kaya naman ay yan ang ipinaglalaban dahil alam naman po natin ay mamumundok ang isang magiging rebelde dahil sa kanilang palagay, hindi sila tinutulungan ng kanilang pamahalaan. Hindi sila tinutulungan ng kanilang mga opisyal. They are neglected and have lost hope in our in a peaceful life, in a peaceful society. And that is why they resort to violence and they resort to fighting in the different forms. So, that is the first thing that we need to attend to. Kailangan maramdaman ng bawat Pilipino na nandito, hindi lamang ang pamahalaan, kung hindi pati na ang local communities, pati na ang local government, pati na ang mga pulis, pati na ang mga sundalo, pati na lahat ng bahagi ng ating lipunan ay nandiyan upang suportahan at pagandahin ang kanilang buhay. Kapag natupad natin yan, yung pangako na yan, ay makikita natin na magiging mas madali ang usapan na papunta sa kapayapaan. Isa pang bahagi nito ay ang ating pagpapartner sa ating mga local government officials. Na ngayon, pati local government ay maaring makipag-usap sa mga lokal na rebelde. Dahil alam naman natin, pagka tayo ay galing sa isang lugar, kilala naman natin, kilala mga kamag-anak natin, yung mga kaeskwela natin yan dati. Kaya't mas madaling lapitan ng mga local executive. Malaking bagay po ito. Ito ay malaking bahagi dito sa NTF-ELCAC at kaya't nagbago ang patakbo ng peace process dahil isa sa bahagi diyan ay yung pagsama ng local government at ng lahat ng iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan ng national government upang tulungan at suportahan ang pagbalik ng mga naging rebelde sa ating lipunan.
Kaya ito po, and that is why it is gratifying to see, because we have seen the success of this principle, of this concept, all around the country. Kaya naman, nandyan yung ating secretary ng OPARU, nakakapangako na siya na sinasabi niya, insurgency-free na. Magiging insurgency-free na ang Mimaropa at malapit na. Ay masasabi natin, yung mga natira pa, ay tinatrabaho natin. At dahang-dahan ay bumabalik nga ang mga dating lumalaban sa gobyerno ay bumabalik na sa ating lupunan upang magkaroon sila ng magandang hanap buhay, maalagaan nila ang kanilang mga pamilya, at bukod sa lahat na meron silang pag-asa para sa kinabukasan, na ang kanilang buhay ay may pag-asang gumanda, na ang kanilang buhay ay maari nilang mas maganda magiging buhay ng kanilang mga anak kaysa sa naging buhay nila. Lahat naman tayo, ganyan ang ating mga pangarap, ganyan ang ating panalangin. Kaya dahil diyan, nakita natin ang naging matagumpay ang ating peace efforts na sinimula natin na napakatagal na. Ngayon pa lamang nakikita na talagang may pagbabago at gumaganda ang mga magiging pagkakataon, ang mga opportunities na dinadala natin sa ating mga kababayan dahil merong nakakamit na natin ang kapayapaan doon sa kanilang mga komunidad. Kaya't muli, pasalamatan natin lahat ng kasama dito sa peace process na ating pinagdidiriwang ngayong araw na ito dahil sa Peace Consciousness Month at ang pagdeklara ng Palawan na insurgent-free. Congratulations sa inyong lahat. Ipagpatuloy ninyo ang inyong nasimulan. At nang sa ganun ay maging mas mapayapa ang Pilipinas at maging mas mapayapa ang buhay ng bawat Pilipino. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po. May we request the President to grant us a group photo downstage, and may we request everyone to gather dito po sa center. Punta lang po tayo dito sa center, yung mga participants po natin. Magdikit-dikit lang po tayo dito sa gitna for a photo opportunity with the President. Facing the stage po, everybody. The rest of the participants, may we request you po doon sa center. Mag-gather lang po tayo doon sa gitna. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Mr. President.
And that concludes our program. Thank you, Mr. President, for gracing the celebration of the National Peace Consciousness Month 2023 and the declaration of Palawan Island as insurgency-free.